On Saturday to bring in relief pitcher Craig Yoho. Going the other way, 8 players from the minor league system, and then a 9th yesterday as Juan Brito was designated for assignment and then included in that Nathaniel Lowe trade with the Cincinnati Reds. So quite a few players and young prospects heading the other way, but the Guardians getting some great returns for their major league roster to prep for the stretch run now, the last 2 months of the regular season. Stay tuned. We'll have more to come after this.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Rich, Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 instant gift, plus next-day delivery. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. Next-day delivery available on select mattresses and subject to location. See store for details.
Spinning your wheels trying to find a great deal on new tires? Stop going round and round. Just get to your Northeast Ohio Ford dealer, your go-to for new tires. Really, they take care of everything. Whatever you drive, any make or model, they've got you covered with a great selection of major tire brands expertly installed by certified pros. Plus, they're priced to compete, and you might be surprised how well they stack up. So for new tires, get to your Northeast Ohio Ford dealer, then roll out confidently.
Since day one of your child's life, you've been all hands in. At Cleveland Clinic Children's, we make our patients a very similar promise to be the hands you can trust, no matter what specialty care is needed. As Northeast Ohio's trusted children's hospital, when their health needs a helping hand, put their care in hands you trust. Learn more at clevelandclinicchildrens.org/hands.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. The Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and drive in a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one head for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the third straight hit to open the fifth inning. Chopper for Jazz. Hot shot. And he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, did you see that? I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Hi again, everybody, with Cleveland manager Stephen Vogt. This is Tom Hamilton. Welcome. It's the Manager Show, brought to you by Key Bank. Needless to say, you didn't have much of an off day yesterday, but what an exciting day. I can't imagine what it was like to come into that clubhouse here today.
Yeah, there's a good buzz around here. I mean, obviously, Chris Antonetti, Mike Chernoff, Matt Foreman, and their group were busy the last few days leading up to the deadline, but really, really pleased with the acquisitions, and I feel like we got better.
How long does it take for a club to get settled again? Is there some of that has to go on?
I think so, but if you just walk into that room already today, those guys feel at home, they feel welcomed, and our coaching staff, our staff, and players just do such a great job of welcoming people into our building. And the bottom line is we want to win, and the three new guys have said that out loud. They can't wait to win, and they're ready to get to work.
You know, I think voter Chris had said he was trying to make the club better, but did you in your wildest imagination think you'd get better in the rotation, better in the bullpen because you got Craig Yoho, then better left-handed hitter and a better right-handed hitter all in one day or a couple of days?
I mean, you can dream about it, but to go out and execute it, I thought our front office, they deserve a lot of credit for this. I mean, this was not an easy decision. This was not no-brainer stuff, and they believe in us, and now it's our turn to go out and play well and get this thing rolling.
All right, you've changed the rotation. For those that aren't aware, Franco Aleman sent back to Columbus. You've put Slade Ciccone in the bullpen, and we're going to see Foster Griffin make his Cleveland debut on Thursday. Take us through that. Yeah, so obviously when we were able to acquire Foster Griffin, we wanted to put him into the rotation, and with the way Slade's been throwing the ball, he's been really effective for about 50, 60 pitches. And so we thought, hey, that's a really good length option and somebody who has the type of stuff that can go get 3 outs in a big spot. So unfortunately, it means sending Franco to AAA. He did a great job for us. We saw what Franco is going to be, and that's going to be a very good leverage arm for us for a long time. And but just a little more time to get a little more consistent with the quality of his outings, and there's things to work on. And we're going to see Franco again, and we're really excited about that. And also with your rotation now, Parker Messick is a rookie. Are you at all concerned about where he is workload-wise? Is this something going forward that's a red flag? I mean, I think I wouldn't go red flag. I think we're all aware that that Parker's never really thrown this many innings, and especially not major league innings, and that can present some challenges. But Parker does such a great job of keeping himself ready. Our medical staff, strength and conditioning staff do a great job of keeping him, healthy and ready and recovered for his, start to start. But we're definitely going to monitor how he's feeling down the stretch and if we need to make some moves. But now we feel like we've got some extra depth that we'll be able to do that with. And Foster Griffin gives you a totally different look, doesn't he? And you're a rarity. 3 lefties in your rotation? Yeah, it's a different look, and I think we haven't had lefties in our rotation since I've been here, really. So, but yeah, he's got 7 pitches. It's a very deep mix, and we'll have to see how it goes for us. But I mean, he's having a great year. It's a great story, great career, and we're just excited to add Foster to the rotation. Joe Adell's been an everyday player. He's really struggled against right-handed pitching. That's no secret. He's in there tonight. He's in there in right field. Chase DeLauder DHing. How do you work that with those guys? Yeah, so obviously with Nate Lowe coming in at the first base, he's gonna kind of face right-handers, and then we have Rhys Hoskins to kind of couple with that. And with Joe, I think the plan right now is for him. Obviously, he's going to play versus lefties. He's going to play versus some righties, and then we're going to have some days where he doesn't. And you kind of share the right field DH duties with Chase, and as well as Angel, and you know how it is. Just because we have some new faces, everyone's going to play. That's how it works around here. We need to use all 13, and we're going to look for the best matchups possible. But Joe's going to get a lot of playing time. And Nathaniel Lowe, I think you touched upon it, primarily against right-handed pitching? Yeah, he's going to be facing righties. That's what he's been doing in Cincinnati. It's what he did the last couple of years in Texas. And he's well-versed at that role, and he's been crushing right-handed pitching, which is something that, obviously –
No, it wasn't not me. No, not me.
They were talking accountability here.
Not me. Vaughn was there, Turang was there, and none of them caught it.
Well, because he's a sorcerer or whatever that thing for.
He's a wizard.
Wizard. Got the hat. Okay.
Smooth out there. Ford fan. He's like, I'm never going to see that hat again.
That's a tough play for the fans too, right? You don't have, yeah, ouch.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Welcome back to the Bet365 Guardians warm-up show. We're about 10 minutes away from tonight's first pitch here at Progressive Field, and it's time for the pitching matchup. The Mets are going with left-hander Sean Manaea. The veteran is 2-5 on the season, an earned run average of 4.42. Back and forth between the bullpen and the rotation. 7 career starts against Cleveland. He's 3-1 with an earned run average of 3.66. He'll be opposed by lefty Joey Cantillo. Cantillo's 8-6 with an earned run average of 3.88. His pitching coach, Carl Willis, explains that Cantillo is trying to become more efficient to get deeper into games.
Yeah, I think that's frustrating for Joey. You know, we're referencing Cincinnati again. You know, his last start, you know, no runs on the board, getting through 89 pitches, and it was 4 innings. And much like Parker, running into innings he hasn't pitched at this level or anywhere for that matter as a professional. So, you know, we're really trying to solve for a problem of just trying to be a little more efficient, you know, maybe getting some a little earlier contact at times. You know, he's been striking out guys. His curveball, I think guys plan for his curveball. They still can't hit it. But, you know, I thought the other night, you know, he got ahead of some guys and they got back in. We went from 0-2 to 3-2. You know, in that, you know, I think about the walk to Stevenson. 0-2 is a 10-pitch walk where
getting traded to Boston from Chicago. You see here the traditional jersey. I love a road jersey because it says where you're from, and this is simple, clean, and cool. And then you see this patch right here. This is from the 2013 postseason run, which was unlike anything I had ever been a part of, to punch through and hoist that trophy. Boston strong forever, baby.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Must be pretty high up here. I think my ears just popped.
Yeah, here, put this on.
Is that an oxygen mask?
An official team oxygen mask.
Well, I can kind of see the field.
Good, your senses are still sharp. You're going to need them for phase 2 of the ascent.
Don't save money by sitting in the nosebleeds. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
When you see this in your kitchen,
the stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
You hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman's stainless steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Hi, Max the Bald Eagle from Marathon here. We asked people if they could do an impression of me. Have a listen.
You can save up to $1 a gallon with the Marathon Rewards app.
That last one was pretty good. Marathon, where fun runs on full.
Available at participating Marathon locations. Terms and conditions apply. See marathonrewards.com for details.
Folks, get on board.
This group is really exciting. The future is really bright.
Incredible.
The amount of resilience that we have in this clubhouse, we can deal with pressure and deal with close and meaningful games because we've played a ton of them.
No matter who's on the field, the same thing is going to be expected.
Playing guards ball and being there for each other.
It's working again, folks.
That will to be on the field and want to win the game.
They know that they can overcome anything. Now it's just time for us to finish the job.
And here we go again. Cleveland Guardians Baseball is brought to you by Cleveland Clinic. When defying the odds is your aim, the right care can change everything. By Progressive. For a job you'll love, visit progressive.com/careers. By Dollar Bank, proud banking partner of the Cleveland Guardians. By Marathon. Join Marathon Rewards today and start earning on every fill-up.
Good evening once again, everyone. Welcome back to Progressive Field, downtown Cleveland. Guardians and Mets getting ready for Game 1 of this 3-game series. Time now for the starting lineups. First for New York and their interim manager, Andy Green. Leading things off, A.J. Ewing, the left fielder. Francisco Lindor at shortstop bats second. Bo Bichette is the third baseman batting third, with Francisco Alvarez, the designated hitter, batting cleanup. Carson Benj is in right field hitting fifth. Luis Robert Jr., the center fielder, bats sixth. Marcus Semien is the second baseman. He'll hit seventh.
He can play the position now. High fly ball, deep left center. PCA back, looking up, see ya! A long home run for Rosario. Yankees first hit, and they lead 1-0.
When you look at this Chicago Cub team, or take another look at the swing, this is a sweeper right down the middle, thigh high. Doesn't throw a ton of them to right-handers. Oh, it's a nice loud noise. And it gets to those bleachers in a hurry.
From Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, it is game number 114. Tonight, the Cleveland Guardians and the New York Mets begin this three-game series as interleague play continues here in downtown Cleveland, and all National League series for the Guardians, who just dropped 2 out of 3 before the trade deadline against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hi again, everybody. This is Tom Hamilton, along with Jim Rosenhaus and Brian Motze. Feels like autumn here in downtown Cleveland. We don't have a cloud in the sky, and a rarity when you're talking about August 4th. Really no humidity.
For the first 2 months of the season, San Diego's dynamic showman, Fernando Tatis Jr., has experienced, well, let's just call it a power outage. One of the game's most electric players had gone 55 consecutive games and more than 200 at-bats without a home run. That all changed last Saturday against the Nats. In the top of the 5th, Tatis faked a bunt on the first pitch, but on the next pitch, he unleashed. Like, really unleashed, crushing the ball 451 feet.
Home run number 1 of 2026 for Fernando Tatis Jr.
It was his longest home run since 2021 and capped a 6-game stretch in which he had 13 hits and raised his batting average by 24 points.
Enjoy the ride, Fernando.
With the home run monkey off his back, let's see if El Nino can turn the tide and add the power surge the Padres will need to keep pace with the Dodgers in the NL West.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Nathaniel Lowe, and we're going to see Foster Griffin as he'll be making the start for Cleveland on Thursday. Obviously, changes were made with the ball club in that Slade Ciccone is out of the rotation in the bullpen, meaning Franco Aleman back to Columbus, and Kyle Manzardo and David Fry also heading to Columbus. But they just need those guys to get some at-bats, get going, and they could very easily still be with this ball club before it is all said and done here in 2026. But this is now the time to make your push. You know, this is no longer a marathon. This is a sprint. This is game 114. And so you don't have any time to waste the way things are in the American League Central in the wild card race. Cleveland 57-56, but they're 6-10 since the All-Star break. So they had to go out and make some additions, and boy, what a job the front office did. Cleveland, second place in the AL Central, 3 games behind front-running Chicago. However, right now, Cleveland would be in the playoffs as the final wild card team, but they only have a 1-game lead for that third and final spot over Minnesota. Meanwhile, the Mets, they couldn't have gone in a more opposite direction than the Cleveland Guardians, as the New York Mets, they almost looked like the Minnesota Twins of a year ago. It seemed like they dumped the entire bullpen, as the New York Mets have made trades that involved 8 players, 7 of them pitchers, 6 out of the bullpen, to go and get 12 prospects. They are arguably the biggest disappointment, if not in all of baseball, certainly in the National League. They are dead last in the NL East at 47-66. They're out of it. 20.5 games out of first, and they're looking to the future. Joey Cantillo gets the baseball tonight. Left on left, A.J. Ewing leads off. And tonight's first pitch delivered low for ball 1. And we're underway at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario with a 78-degree game time temp. Ewing, a Buckeye, over by Dayton. And he drives this one to dead center field. Racing back is Quan, reaching out on a dead dead sprint, makes the catch, slams into the wall, hangs on, loses his cap, but not the baseball. Oh, what a charge A.J. Ewing put into a deep drive to dead center field, and Kwan just ran it down on a dead sprint, fully outstretched on the track, grabbed it, slammed into the wall, and hung on. And Stephen Kwan, the best defensive left fielder in all of baseball, made a Gold Glove play in center to start tonight's ballgame. Here's Francisco Lindor. Switch hitting shortstop, batting right-handed, takes outside for ball one. An injury play campaign for Francisco Lindor. Switch hitter, batting right-handed. The pitch, and Lindor takes it's in there, called strike on a changeup. Cantillo, 6'4", 220, 26 years of age. Fastball and tons of curves, changeups, and a few sliders. The Hawaiians ready, and the pitch is swung on, fouled at the plate. Good curveball there, and the count 1-2. Cantillo, 6'4", 220, 26 years of age. First outing ever against the Mets. Francisco Lindor had that same hamate surgery Jose Ramirez had recently, only Francisco had his right before spring training. Now the set, now the 1-2 pitch. And it bounces in 2-2. Lindor was out from February 11th, came back and kind of tried to rush his way to be ready for the opener, which he was, but he didn't come back playing spring training games until mid-March. Then he had another injury. Now the 2-2. Lindor takes strike three, and he knew it. He looked at a changeup for the second out in the inning. Francisco Lindor injured his calf, and that cost him 2 months of the baseball season. So Francisco having his worst year yet, batting .238, 9 homers, 25 RBIs, heads back to the first base dugout. 2 outs, nobody on, no score for Bo Bichette, the longtime Toronto Blue Jay. Right-handed batter at third, takes down low. Bichette got a 3-year contract to become a New York Met. A .254 batting average, 10 homers, 53 RBIs. Cantillo, no windup, sets from the third base side of the slab, and the pitch. And it's low, 2-0. Angel Martinez in left, Stephen Kwan patrols center, Joe Adell, his debut in Cleveland, in right. Rhys Hoskins at first, Travis Bazzana at second, Brian Rocchio at short, Gabriel Arias at third, Austin Hedges catching. Day off for Jose Ramirez. Now the 2-0 pitch, and it's low, 3-0. Jose Ramirez, even with a day off yesterday, that left hand that he had the hamate bone removed from, also sore, and that's part of trying to get back as quickly as he has, and so he gets another day off today. The pitch, 3-0, and Bichette fouled it back, 3-1. So no red flags with Jose Ramirez. It's just a part of the healing process. And in all truthfulness, that hand won't be fully back until next spring. The 3-1 swung on, banged up the middle by the diving Bazzana into center field. A 2-out single to center for Bo Bichette. That'll bring up Francisco Alvarez, a catcher, DHing tonight. Right-handed batter hitting .255, 12 homers, 27 RBIs. These are two of the worst offensive ball clubs statistic. But Cleveland feels like now they've got a chance to really get things going offensively, and visiting with hitting coach Grant Fink. He is so excited to get to work with a couple of veterans like Adele and Lowe. They should really help this Cleveland offense. The pitch, and it's low, missed with a curve. Grant Fink said, I still think this club has so much potential offensively, and we have a run in us. But he goes, it's time. It's time to get it going. No score, 2 down. The pitch is in there, a strike, 1-1. And this hitting group led by Grant Fink and the other coaches and the players. They've worked their tail off. They just haven't been rewarded. But the only thing that matters now are the last 2 months. The pitch, swing and a miss, good curveball. But the Mets have had their own frustrations. They have scored the 4th fewest runs in baseball. They've hit the fewest doubles. They have the 3rd lowest OPS in baseball. The 1-2, down low, 2-2. And that's with the likes of Francisco Lindor, Bo Bichette, and of course Juan Soto's contract. His contract is more than the budget of a lot of small countries around the world, but Juan Soto's year could very well be over. He is out with a calf injury. It's just been one of those years for the Mets. Whatever could go wrong has. The pitch fouled at the plate. That may have gotten a piece of the catching hand. It did of Austin Hedges. We've seen him get nailed in the hand a couple of times this homestand. 2-2 the count. Bichette at first. He doesn't run anymore. 2 down, no score, and here comes Jeff Desjardins, the head trainer and manager Stephen Vogt, to look at the right hand of Austin Hedges. The Mets, look, folks, it's not for a lack of money. It's just for a lack of money well spent. The Mets have had a brutal year, even though they've got a payroll of $380 million. Everybody ready to go. Hedges says, I'm fine. And the 2-2, got him swinging. So Austin Hedges able to stay in, and Joey Cantillo with a strong first inning. He really attacked the strike zone. That's the key for him. Don't nibble, attack. And he got a couple of strikeouts. Mets don't score. Cleveland coming to bat.
It's
One out and nobody on for Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan Alvarez crushes one high and deep. Forget about it. 44 just matches the first pitch he sees tonight for his 35th home run of the year. And the Astros out in front 1-0.
I still don't know what he did, what the baseballs did to him to make him so mad. That ball was destroyed halfway up the bleachers. Yeah, 427 feet.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
A little safer. And when it's all said and done, you reinvest everything to keep bettering the world. For every care in the world, Cleveland Clinic.
Stephen Kwan steps in, and Sean Manaea's first pitch missing for ball one. Sean Manaea, big man, 6'5", 245, now 34 years of age. The left-hander's pitch, and he pumps one in there. Doesn't throw as hard as he once did. 3 fastballs, 4 seams, sinker, cutter. He's got the breaking ball and changeup. Now the 1-1 pitch, and it's fouled down the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Manaea, this is the 8th time he's started against Cleveland. He's 3-1 lifetime, 3.66 ERA. Former first-round pick of the Royals. Kwan got nicked by the pitch, tried to drive him off the plate, nicked him with the pitch, and Stephen Kwan's been on base 21 consecutive games now. And Stephen Kwan, since July 1st, batting .405. Here's Joe Adell. Big hand from the fans. Joe Adell, a big man out of Louisville, right-handed slugger. The pitch, and it's high, a ball. Adell, 6'3", 215. He is still just 27 years of age, and he murders left-handed pitching. He's got a lefty on the mound right now, and Sean Manaea. The pitch to him inside, ball 2. Adell this year batting .303 against lefties with a .910 OPS. Cleveland's not had success with right-handed hitters against lefties this year. The pitch, and he lines a base hit to left in his first at bat as a Guardian. Big turn, holding at second is Stephen Kwan. That's why you go out and you get Joe Adell. He's going to play most every day. Now, Stephen Vogt said there are games against especially really tough right-handers. He'll get a seat. But he's here to play most days. And Chase DeLauder, who's DHing tonight, he and Joe Adell are going to kind of split the time between right field and DHing. But both will be in the lineup most every day. Here is the rookie Chase DeLauder, and the pitch to him outside a ball. So Kwan hit by a pitch at second, Joe Adell with a base hit at first, and Chase DeLauder, who torches left-handed pitching at the plate. Left on left the pitch, and he dropped down to the side and missed low and away. 2-0. Against left-handed pitching, Chase DeLauder batting .355. That's 111 points better than against righties. The next pitch, again, drops down to the side, got it in there. 2-1 the count. Manaea giving you some different arm angles, arm slots now at the age of 34. From the set, the pitch, and he missed with a breaking ball outside. 3-1. A.J. Ewing in left, Luis Robert Jr. in center. Another rookie in right, that is Carson Benj. Now the 3-1 pitch. Outside, he walked him, and the bases are full of Guardians with nobody out. And Rhys Hoskins to the plate. And this is a guy Cleveland's got to get going against left-handed pitching. That's part of the reason why David Fry is now in Columbus. And Rhys Hoskins against lefties batting .148. But he's got a chance here. Infield double play depth. Bases loaded, nobody out, no score, and he looks at a breaking ball strike. On the dirt for the Mets, Jared Young at first, Marcus Semien at second, Francisco Lindor at third. I beg your pardon, at short, Bo Bichette at third. Luis Torrens catching. The pitch waved at. And the count now 0-2. Hoskins batting $179, 12 homers, 36 RBIs. Now the 0-2. And he got him swinging. He just came at him with fastballs. And Hoskins quickly strikes out on 3 pitches. Bases still loaded. And here's another guy that's got to get it going. He's had a tough go of it since he missed 6 weeks with a broken foot. Angel Martinez 2 for 23 since coming back. I think the one thing Cleveland showed yesterday that no job is secured. The pitch, breaking ball, strike. If you're not producing numbers, they're going to look for people now. People have been given 4 months to show what they can do. Bases loaded, 1 down, no score. The 0-1 pitch. And time called. Pitch delivered, but time had been called. And this is not to point the finger at anybody. It's just that you saw changes made by the front office. And now you've got guys down in Columbus trying to get hot or have been hot. All things now are about what's going to help us win and get to the playoffs. The pitch, banged foul, third base side, 0-2. Some of the patience that you see in April, May, and June, that patience is gone. There's not much more of a sense of urgency. Martinez batting .225, 11 homers, 33 RBIs. Infield double play depth. Bases loaded, the pitch, and it's ripped foul down the right side. Well, David Guy of Mentor has a chance to win 4 Bridgestone tires from Conrad's if Cleveland gets 4 runs this inning or in any of the first 4. That's thanks to Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. Visit econrads.com to enter. And a chance right here. Now the set, now the 0-2. And he got him swinging. Chased a fastball that was outside. Bases loaded, back-to-back strikeouts. Now 2 down for Travis Bazzana. He's batting .245, 9 homers, 34 RBIs. Of course, all year, Cleveland's been one of the worst teams in baseball, hitting with men in scoring position. The pitch. Swung on a topper towards second base. Lindor gloves it, steps on the bag. Cleveland had bases loaded and nobody out and failed to score. No score after 1 on the Cleveland Clinic.
Where are you from?
Chicago.
1 ball, 1 strike to Listad. He lines one into left field. That's going to drop in front of Bo Jackson. Nielsen around third, coming to the plate. Good. And Bolden throws him out.
What wow, that Bo Jackson, the bound and hit with the arm. Man, I'm impressed, and I'm not usually impressed that much.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Couple of lefties dueling tonight. Joey Cantillo and Sean Manaea. No score, second inning. Here's a youngster the Mets are very high on. Rookie right fielder Carson Benj, left-handed hitter. The pitch to him, and he checks, takes a strike. Batting .264, 11 homers, and 41 RBIs. And he is another kid that's come out of that incredible draft of 2 years ago and gotten to the big leagues. Benj checks on a pitch away, and the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. He was a first-round pick out of Oklahoma State University. The Mets got him 19th overall in that draft of 2024. The pitch, and he swings and sends one to right field, snagged by Adele, who just reached up and grabbed it. Hard hit, but it's out number 1. So Carson Benj came in that same draft that Cleveland took Travis Bazzana number 1 in. It's just amazing how many of those kids have made an impact 2 years after the draft. Here's a guy we saw a lot of in Chicago when he was healthy. Same issues this year, can't stay healthy. Luis Robert Jr., center fielder, takes outside a ball. He's only played in 35 games because of injuries, batting $197. The pitch, fouled it back, 1-1. Was out 2 months with a bad back. Some of the moves the Mets made this offseason were questionable at the time, and it seems like most of them have blown up in their face. The 1-1 pitch, and it's low, 2-1. This guy getting over $20 million. The White Sox couldn't wait to get the contract off their books. The Mets took him, and it's like, well, nothing's changed. He's always hurt. This year, no exception. The pitch, breaking ball, and a beauty. 2-2. Marcus Semien. Texas traded him away because they thought he was done. And he's had a tough year for the Mets. Toronto didn't keep Bo Bichette. He's come over to New York. It's not gone the way everybody hoped. And, of course, Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor, their huge money players, have been hurt. The 2-2. And it's strike 3 called. Looked at a breaking ball. Cantillo strikes out Robert. Third strikeout, 2 down. And, boy, when Joey Cantillo attacks the strike zone like he's doing so far, he can dominate. His problem lately, last 2 starts, he's worked 4 innings and 3 2/3 innings because too many pitches, too many deep counts. Here's Marcus Semien. The pitch to Semien. In there, a strike. He was part of that big winter when Texas signed him and Corey Seager. Hey, it got him a World Series title in 2023, but it's not aging quite as well. 2 down, no score. Cantillo's pitch. Down low, 1-1. Semien batting .212, 12 homers, 35 RBIs. Just a gorgeous 78 degrees tonight. Game time temp brought to you by Gusto. Hire, pay, and grow your team with Gusto. The next delivery, foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. And the count, 1-2. Austin Hedges catching Joey Cantillo tonight. It was Patrick Bailey who got Cantillo to throw a lot more curveballs. The pitch, and it's swung on, a weak chopper to third. Grabbed by Arias, guns it in the dirt. Hoskins knocked it down, but he couldn't field it. It should be an error on Arias, and it is. He looked like he had trouble getting a grip on the ball or getting it out of his glove. And Semien, hustling down the line, was going to make it close. And then Arias, when he spiked that throw, Hoskins had really no chance. Hoskins is also looking into that setting sun. Here's first baseman and left-handed hitting Jared Young. The pitch, and it's over but low, ball 1. So now the Mets have gone in a completely opposite direction, trading 8 players for 12 prospects. The pitch up high, 2-0. I mean, you look at the pitchers they traded away. I mean, their bullpen's been gutted, much like what Minnesota did a year ago. Now the set and the 2-0 pitch. Got a swing and a miss on a pitch down and away. But trade away Luke Weaver, Clay Holmes, Brazovan, Brooks Raley, Freddie Peralta. He's, of course, a starter. Relievers, David Peterson, A.J. Minter. I mean, this is when you want to play the Mets. Cleveland has got to take advantage of a gutted ball club. And they've got him for 3 games. No score, second inning. The 2-1 runner goes. Boy, did he get a jump. Pitch outside. Throws not in time. Doesn't matter how good a throw you make with that jump. Semien with his 8th stolen base. He stole that off Cantillo. So the Mets have a runner at second. 2 down in this scoreless second inning. And when the Guardians win, your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers donate $500 to Cleveland Guardians Charities for youth sports in Cleveland. Now the pitch is wide, and he walks the left-handed hitting Jared Young. So the error, now the 2-out walk, and here's the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Luis Torrens, batting .216, couple of homers, 20 RBIs. Tanner Bybee starts tomorrow night, and then the newcomer, Foster Griffin, on Thursday. First pitch down and in, a curveball. So Cleveland's changed up the rotation with the off day yesterday. and then the trade, and then Slade Ciccone put in the bullpen. Now the set, now the 1-0 pitch, and it's downstairs again, and now Cantillo can't find the strike zone to the 8 and 9 hitters. It's not a punishment of Ciccone, it's just that Carl Willis and the pitching group and manager Stephen Volk feel like right now Ciccone is best. The pitch down low, 3-0. It's just totally lost it. They feel Ciccone is best giving them about 50 to 60 pitches. And that can be a real weapon in your bullpen. So Cantillo 3-0 on Torrens. The set and the pitch, bullseye. 3-1 the count. Amazing how good Cantillo's stuff is. And when he attacks the zone, how dominant he can be. But then again, he can lose it and then scuffle to throw strikes. The 3-1 pitch, swung on, hit pretty well to right. Adele going back on the track at the wall. He leaps and it is gone. The number 9 hitter, Luis Torrens, well, you put him in a hitter's count and you pay the price. A 3-run home run the other way to right. 3-0 Mets. All of the runs are unearned thanks to the Gabriel Arias error. But Joey Cantillo has been a big part of that too, walking the number 8 hitter. Then on the number 9 hitter, getting behind in the count, 3 balls and a strike. Torrens' 3rd home run of the year. You always wonder with Adele out there, could he take another home run away? Adele had a game earlier this year in Anaheim. He made 3 home run robbing catches in the same game. The pitch swung on by Ewing and fouled out of play to the left, strike 1. So when he leaped there at the wall, you wondered for a moment. So it's 3-0 Mets. Ewing robbed of extra bases on a great catch in center by Stephen Kwan to start the game. Ewing looks at a curveball strike. Ewing out of Springboro High School. That is Springboro, Ohio, just south of Dayton. Now the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive, base hit, up the alley, right center field. Over to cut it off is Adele. Throws into the infield, but man, can Ewing run. He's got his 13th double. And here comes Carl Willis because Cantillo's lost it since the error by Gabriel Arias. 2 walks, check that. An error, a walk, a homer, a double. And it's 3-0 Mets. They've got a runner at second. And there are 2 down here in the second for Francisco Lindor. Whatever the meeting was about, it was a quickie. Carl Willis heads back to that third base dugout. Lindor struck out looking his first time up. Became the highest paid shortstop with the New York Mets. The pitch to him, and it's on the inside corner, a strike. Boy, he was some kind of special, though, when he was here in Cleveland. First-round pick, native of Puerto Rico, who, when he was a youngster, moved to the Orlando area to face better baseball competition. Now the 0-1 delivery. Swung on, broke his bat, popped it up into shallow center. It'll be caught by second baseman Travis Bazzana. So it's a 3-0 Mets lead, middle of the second.
Are you ready to join a winning team like the Guardians?
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Here it comes. Swung on and hit high in the air. Deep right center field. It's got a chance, Thomas, at the wall, and it is off the wall, and it bounces by both fielders. Caratini scores. Lee's going to score. Royce Lewis has tripled home the winning runs.
3-2 offering. Swung on in the air. Right center field and deep. Back goes the center fielder. Leaping at the wall. It is caught. Oh, I don't believe it. What a catch by Dane Myers.
Dom blasts another one dead center field. An unbelievable night here at Dodger Stadium.
Sandy Alcantara on his 97th pitch gets through 7 shutout innings.
The Tigers score in every inning with a 19-hit attack. Final score, the Tigers even up this series at a game apiece.
They flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice easy feed.
Oh no, stay on your feet, no! I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
Uh-oh, the Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget. And that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
Gabriel Arias takes a strike from Sean Manaea. 3-0 Mets, bottom of the second. Cleveland loaded the bases in the first with nobody out. Manaea got out of it with back-to-back strikeouts and a groundout. The pitch is in there, 0-2 on Arias. When you've got rust to bust, use PB Blaster. Cleveland original since 1957. PB Blaster, working like a pro. Arias swings and misses. And 3 pitches, and he is hearing it from the fans heading back to the dugout. Here's catcher Austin Hedges. Boy, Sean Manaea had a great career at Indiana State University and thus Kansas City made him a first-round pick. He was part of a big deadline deal. The pitch, and it's in there, a strike, and it helped the Royals win a World Series in 2015. Part of the Ben Zobrist package. Now the pitch, and it's in there, a called strike. 0-2 on Hedges. Royals traded him for Ben Zobrist and another minor leaguer in July at the deadline of 2015. The pitch swung on a high chopper to short, charged by Lindor. Gloves, throws, gets Hedges. Without Ben Zobrist, there's no World Series championship for the Kansas City Royals. And ironically, a year later, it'd be a big part of another one for the Chicago Cubs. 2 down for Brian Rocchio. Switch hitter, batting left-handed. Cleveland trailing, I beg your pardon, batting right-handed. Cleveland trailing 3-0. 2 down in the second. Rocchio takes downstairs, ball 1. Manaea's bounced around. He's had some injuries. The pitch, and it's inside a ball. He's pitched in the big leagues with Oakland, San Diego, San Francisco, now the Mets. Lifetime 81 wins, 71 losses. ERA career-wise a little over 4. He fires, and it's in there, a strike. But I'm sure Chris Antonetti, who will join us in the third, would agree with Dayton Moore, who was the GM at the time when he made the trade that helped the Royals win it all. The pitch swung on, fouled upstairs, 2-2, and Dayton used to say, look, prospects are great, but there has to be a point, at some point, where you go for it and you take that chance to try to win it all. No risk it, no biscuit. The pitch, fisted back foul, 2-2. And Dayton Moore always used to say, we're not going to be silly about trading away prospects. But he goes, my goal isn't to have the top 5 farm system in baseball every year based on somebody's opinion. That pitch outside, full count. And you saw Cleveland the very next year what they did to get Andrew Miller. The pitch, a swing and a foul back. It's always the risk-reward that is so difficult for the guys that are heading a baseball organization to weigh. But again, sometimes it doesn't work out, but you've got to go for it sometimes as well. The payoff down at the knees and maybe inside a walk. So, top of the order, and Stephen Kwan will bat. Rocchio aboard on the 2-out walk. 3-0 Mets in the second. Stephen Kwan nicked by a pitch his first time up. Left on left. Manai is ready. The pitch, outside a ball. That was also Kansas City traded 3 top prospect pitchers and got Johnny Cueto from the Reds. And again, they don't win a World Series without Johnny Cueto. Cleveland doesn't get there without Andrew Miller. The pitch, and Kwan with a rope into right field, a base hit. Rocchio with a turn on his way to third, throw to third, head first slide, tags in time. What a throw by Benj from right field. Wow. Kwan with a base hit, but Rocchio was out by plenty. A bazooka throw from Benj in right. On one hop, you couldn't make a better throw to third. 3-0 Mets after 2.
Here comes DeLuca, closing, got it. Straight ahead, nice job by Johnny DeLuca.
Snagged nicely by Young. Thornton gets over to cover, and they get the out.
Makes a leap at the wall, and he makes the grab. A great catch by Julio.
It is a long run, and Jeremy gets there right in front of the sliding Lamont Wade Jr.
On the run is Crawford, and he makes the sliding grab.
Diving stop Nunez. From his knees, throws to Garcia in time for the out at first.
Coming on for Osuna. He lays out and makes the catch. What a play, Alejandro Osuna.
Diving stop, Miggy Rowe. He's still got it. Diving stop on one hop by Turner. To his feet, throws in time.
Holy smokes.
Mitchell coming on, slides and makes the catch.
A nice play by G-Mitch out there in center field.
Halpin going back on the run at the track, leaping up, and he makes the catch. What a play by Petey Halpin.
First ball swinging, Bo Bichette hammers one deep into the bleachers and left. And it's 4-0 Mets as Bo Bichette with the second home run off Joey Cantillo. No doubt about it, bomb to the bleachers and left. That's his 11th home run. And the Mets have jumped on Joey Cantillo for a 4-0 lead here in the third inning. That was 422 feet. Not exactly the way I wanted to introduce Chris Antonetti.
That's a tough beginning there.
Pardon?
That's a tough beginning. That's a new one for us. I'm not sure that's ever happened. Home run before we actually get into the intro.
Here's Francisco Alvarez, who backs away, and Chris, what an incredible day. I think first off, you mentioned something last night when we had the Zoom interview, Cantillo's pitch in there, a strike. You were saying there were literally 100 people in this organization involved during the deadline deals. Can you explain that?
Yeah, it's a very complicated process. We're constantly seeking to get information from all sorts of places.
That pitch down and in, 1-1.
And so it's a collective effort. There's a number of us that are actually the ones that are negotiating with teams, and there's another group that's helping us work through the various decisions we're facing, and then there's tentacles that extend beyond that for people that are helping us either do hitting analysis, pitching analysis, defensive analysis, or getting makeup.
That pitch outside, 2-1 the count.
And that doesn't even begin to touch upon all the people that were involved in helping us acquire and develop, players, and a number of the guys that we traded.
That pitch in there, a strike. Is it at all like a draft board where you have a list of kids you'd like to draft if they're available? Do you have a so-called trading board?
We have lots of tools, both online and physical whiteboards.
That pitch swung on and missed. Out number 1, strikeout number 4. Here's Carson Benj.
So we have all sorts of trades and different proposals and how we pref players and pref concepts, and so it's constantly evolving. There's a lot of writing, erasing, rewriting. So we make a lot of really good trades within our group. It's a lot harder to get the other teams to agree to those, though.
Here's left on left, Carson Benj, good-looking rookie out of Oklahoma State who sends a 2-hopper to second. Lozano will throw him out. That is out number 2. That'll bring up Luis Robert Jr. Were there times this weekend where you went, you know what, we're not going to get anything done, or does it ever get to that point?
It felt like that way, even as late as Sunday night. It felt that, again, we pursuing a lot of things we were trying, but we felt we hit maybe some dead ends somewhere, and then things really picked up yesterday.
Now the set, now the pitch. A swing and a foul back. What prompts it to pick up? Is it simply a deadline?
The deadline always forces action. It's no different in baseball maybe than any other industry, but a lot of teams are just waiting. They're evaluating their alternatives. They think maybe their offers might improve, or it's just not quite what they want.
Robert swings and misses. Is it literally like a game of poker?
It really depends upon which organizations you're dealing with, because there are some organizations that are very straightforward from the beginning and said, this is what we will do and this is what we won't do. And those positions may not change. And we kind of know that in going in with them that, okay, if we want to do the deal with them, that's going to be the deal. And then there are others where maybe it's a little bit more of a back and forth, or, kind of playing poker. And so it really just, again, depends upon each team and their negotiating style.
Now the set and the 0-2 to Luis Robert Jr. 4-0 Mets. Check swing. He went around. Strike 3. Tag made by Hedges on Robert. We'll continue with Chris when we come back. 4-0 Mets here in the middle of the third.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the...
Jumps into the netting. Made the catch. Oh, what a grab by Angel Martinez.
Max Clark is feeling good. His second double in a row. That is a 3 for 4 in his major league debut.
Put him in an RBI spot and let him dance.
4 more RBIs for Sal Stewart tonight. The 2-run home run of the 4th and the 2-run single for Stewart here in the 8th.
Gunnar Henderson with his 4th triple of the year, a 2 RBI triple, and the Orioles 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th, and there's the big knock by the kid, Gunnar Henderson, right there.
It is out of here! Say Doug! Say hello to LA! 5-4 Red Sox!
Just $8, get a Big Mac extra value meal, including medium fries and a medium Coke. Really, get all that for $8, only at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary.
Joe Adell leads off the bottom of the third. He singled in his Cleveland debut back in the first. 4-0 Mets, bottom of the third. Sean Manaea delivers. Adell takes high. We're joined by President of Baseball Ops, Chris Antonetti. Chris, you've had your eye on Joe Adell for, what now, 8 years?
For a while. I think we first talked with the Angels about him back in 2018.
The pitch, a swing and a high drive. Well hit, deep left center. Ewing on the run at the track. It hits off the base of the wall. Into second standing, a double.
Good start for Joe. fun to see the dugout react to him there.
Yes.
And just everyone kind of pointing at him, making him feel comfortable. So,
you know what, Chris? What's the right word? Revealing? How excited in the clubhouse he is to be here. A lot of people will say that at a trade. It's legitimate with him. I mean, here's the pitch now taking is DeLauder. Getting to a winner, I don't think people sometimes understand how important that is for a player.
It really is. I think that's one of the things Joe immediately expresses. He's excited to be on a team that's in contention and hopefully help us contribute to get to the postseason and then make things fun in October.
DeLauder takes outside 2-0. I know you love the catcher you gave up. Zach Cozart's going to catch, but you did deal from a position of strength.
We did. I mean, we definitely gave up talent at this deadline, but we feel we were able to still preserve a lot of our farm system that's going to impact us not only for the balance of this year, but in the future.
How do you get an all-star pitcher with 12 wins in Foster Griffin?
Yeah, we weren't sure we were going to be able to get him, but we were fortunate that we had a lot of players that the Nationals liked, and were able. That deal went through a lot of different iterations, and we had been working on it for quite some time. And Matt Foreman, who was the lead negotiator on that, did an extraordinary job in helping us get to the finish line.
3-1 the count on DeLauder. Manaya's pitch, and it's at the knees, and is it? It's called a ball. Mets think it's a strike. They'll challenge. It's either ball 4 or the count will be 3-2 on Chase DeLauder. And the Mets have won the challenge, so it's 3-2.
Count is 3-2. New York has
It's funny, in talking with Nathaniel Lowe, he must have had an inkling. He said to me, he goes, you know, when Manzardo hit the grand slam against us, I went, well, I'm not going to go to Cleveland now.
I didn't hear Nathaniel say that. That's funny. Well, he's here.
The payoff, DeLauder takes outside a ball. Do players get a sense of this before it happens?
I'm not sure that they know the team, but players are smart. I mean, they're constantly plugged in and thinking about, a lot of them like to play GM or president of baseball operations and make trades and think about how they build teams. So this time of year, everyone's talking about it and trying to think about where the pieces may fall.
2 on, nobody out. Another shot at Minaya. Rhys Hoskins struck out his first time up with the bases loaded. 4-0 Mets. Chris, could you had we told you before the deadline, here's the set, Manaya's pitch, and a check swing strike, you're going to get a bullpen piece, a starter, a righty, and a left-handed hitter. Would you have thought that was feasible?
That would have been my hope. I'm not sure how feasible we would have thought it might be, just because it's so difficult to execute any one trade, let alone 4.
Hoskins pops it out of play to the right, foul, 0-2. When did you think you had a shot at it?
I'm sorry.
At getting that much talent?
Not until again, as of Sunday night, it may have just been the reliever and Craig Yoho and Blake Perkins that we got, the outfielder that's now in Columbus. We thought that might be it, but things really were moving on Monday.
The pitch up and in, 1-2 the count.
So sequentially it went. We agreed with Joe first, then with the Nationals on Foster second, and then Nathaniel was very late in the process.
Manaya's ready. Now the 1-2 pitch. A swing and a shot, foul left side. How many of these balls are up in the air? Is this all going on at one time?
Absolutely, and it's not only those were the 3 we were working. I would say there was a point in time where we were working on at least a dozen concepts with teams.
A dozen?
Yes. Yeah, I would say for every one trade that gets done, we probably consider, 100?
Catcher is challenged.
That pitch inside, Mets will challenge the call again. Let's see how good Torrens is behind the plate. Mets win another challenge. Hoskins out looking. Out number 1, strikeout number 4. What happens if 2 trades are coming down? Are you talking about sometimes the same player and the same different trades?
Yes. Yep. So we have to be clear with teams about whether, when we make offers, if they're firm offers or, concepts that we might consider. And, sometimes, like that happened a number of times yesterday, we needed to put very specific time frames on it because there were players that we were talking about in multiple deals, and also deals that if we did with one team would take us out on another. So we do the best we can along the way to try to communicate that to other teams, just so we're above board with all that.
One out, 2 on. Angel Martinez, the batter. 4-0 Mets. Third inning. We're with Chris Antonetti. The pitch swung on and missed. Chris, when do you as a front office group go, hey, this is the year we go for it? How do you determine that from year to year?
Well, our mindset is if we have a chance to compete and we're in contention, we want to try to improve.
Martinez whacks one to deep left down the line. Fair ball off the mid part of the wall down the line and left. In to score is Adele DeLauder to third. Martinez to second with a rocket double down the left field line. And Cleveland's on the board, trailing at 4-1. And they've got runners now at second and third with one down.
That ball was fair by a foot, maybe? Not even. Hit the line. Wow.
And it probably would have been out of how many other ballparks?
Yeah, that's true with the wall that high.
And that's a big base hit for Martinez, who's trying to get that form back after being out 6 weeks. Now Travis Bazzana, infield back, takes a called strike. So did you determine at a certain point, hey, we've still got a legitimate shot if we can get the certain pieces we want?
We did, and that was our intent. I think I shared pretty openly we were going to try to be aggressive at the deadline and see if we could improve the team. Now, if there weren't the right deals at reasonable values, we may not have been able to execute it, but we were fortunate that things were able to come together the way they did.
That pitch fouled out of play down the line. 0-2 the count on Bazzana. Again, Mets will concede the run at third. That's DeLauder. Martinez at second. One out, 4-1 Mets here in the third. The 0-2 from Minaya. And a swing and a miss. Got him to chase the high fastball. Boy, he's been at his best when he's been in a jam. And now it's up to Gabriel Arias. Chris, how much tossing and turning is it when it comes to prospects? I know there are certain guys you're not going to give up, but you're probably like a proud father. You don't want to give any of them up.
That's exactly it. We have attachment to every guy in the organization. That is because you cultivate relationships with players over time. You spend a lot of time in the draft or trade process acquiring them, and then all that time invested in development, and you really pull for them and want them to succeed with you.
But you have to give something up to get it.
That's exactly it. And we knew we're going to have to part with talent. But as I said, we feel we were able to still preserve a good chunk of our farm system.
Arias takes outside 1-1. We've talked about we'll see the young man Griffin start on Thursday. And in visiting with Carl Willis, they think Slade Ciccone could really thrive in the bullpen. Now the set. Now the 1-1. A swing and a little looper towards shallow left. Out to grab it is Lindor. But your bullpen's better.
It is, and we think that Slade. We've seen it when he's fresh and he can sit 95 to 97. He's got a good chance to really pitch some meaningful innings for us. So hopefully this will be good for him and add some depth to our pen.
Chris, thank you so much and congrats.
Towards third base, Machado's coming home and he will be out.
That's Mason. He reaches up and makes the catch. What a grab by Victor Mason Jr.
Mason win the Gold Glover with the golden arm.
And a leaping grab by Anthony Volpe. He's having a great day.
Catch by Braden Montgomery. Lays out full extension.
He's at the wall, and he leaps and makes a spectacular catch.
Line drive center field. PCA. Diving stab Anthony Siegler. What a play. And look out, it's going to be Martin with a slide. In the hole, backhand snare. Oh, what a play. Jim Jarvis with a gem. Will it hang? It will. Torres with a nice catch. Into the corner. Here comes a good sliding catch. Ronald Acuna.
Merrill go back and still going. Leaps and makes the catch.
Polio, yeah! Graham!
To build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here, it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Marcus Semien leading things off for the Mets. Fourth inning underway, and he takes a pitch in there for strike one from Joey Cantillo. The lefty right back to it, and the 0-1 misses outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. 4-1, New York in front. 3 in the second, another in the third. The runs for the Mets. Next pitch to Semien is down low for a ball. Semien, he got that rally started in the second inning when he reached on a throwing error by the third baseman Gabriel Arias. And then later on in the inning, Luis Torrens hit a home run. A 3-run shot, and that put New York in front. 3-1 the count on Semien. The pitch from Cantillo, called strike on the outside corner. And the count now full. The veteran, Marcus Semien, part of the offseason makeover for the Mets that just has not worked out. Here's the 3-2. And that's outside and high for ball 4. Cantillo issues the leadoff walk to Marcus Semien. That'll bring up Jared Young. He walked his first time up. Cantillo now with a pair of walks as he gets started here in the fourth inning. Here's the pitch to Young. Nope, throw to first. Back safely is Semien. Jim Rosenhaus along with Tom Hamilton. Great to have you with us on this Tuesday night. What a night for baseball downtown. The day after the trade deadline when the Guardians were extremely active. Here's the pitch. And Young takes it on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count on Young. Both these teams really very active, but in different directions. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball outside, and the count's now 1-1 on Young. Guardians welcoming Joe Adell, who's in the lineup tonight. Nathaniel Lowe. Foster Griffin. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, a chopper near the middle. Snared by Rocchio on the short hop. One play only, it's at first, and it's in time to retire Young as Semien was off with the pitch, and he's able to stay out of the double play. He advances to second base. One down, and that'll bring up the catcher, Luis Torrens, who homered at his third home run on the season. His first time up. They score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. They have the official jerseys, memorabilia, hats, and hoodies. Visit MLBshop.com/Guardians. Here's the pitch from Cantillo. And it's on the outside corner for a strike. So the Guardians picking up talent that they certainly believe gives them a much better chance to not only reach the postseason but then do damage. The Mets, holy smokes, the turnover in their clubhouse as the next pitch is down low for a ball, and it's 1-1. Their interim manager, Andy Green, having to spend some extra time with the majority of his bullpen because there are several new faces up from AAA Syracuse, several making major league debuts when they do enter a game. The 1-1 on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1 for New York is an unknown quantity. Here comes the 2-2 from Cantillo. Swung on, line drive, base hit into center field. Semien had to hold. Kwan's on it quickly. Semien will try and score anyway, and the throw is cut off in the middle of the diamond. Semien scores, and Luis Torrens has his fourth run batted in, an RBI single here in the fourth inning. That makes it 5-1 New York. With some
pretty good cuts against Joey Cantillo through the first 3+ innings in this game for Cantillo. And the Mets have 5 runs on 5 hits against him. Back to the top of the lineup for A.J. Ewing. Ewing 1 for 2, could be 2 for 2. Were it not for a great play by Stephen Kwan. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball right side, base hit into right field. And moving up on the plate to second is the catcher Torrens. Another hard hit ball as the Mets hitting Cantillo about as hard as we've seen anybody. Cantillo's had such an outstanding season. He's done great work keeping hitters off balance with that outstanding curve and changeup. But at least tonight, not so far. Francisco Lindor steps in. He's 0 for 2. The pitch to him. He swings and skies it to right. Adele giving chase near the line. He's under it, and he makes the catch. Tagging, heading for third, and in safely is Torrens with the advance on the fly out by Lindor. 2 down in the inning, and now it's runners on the corners for New York. Here's Bo Bichette. Bichette, he's 2 for 2 with a home run his last time up last inning. Now through Wednesday, you could win a Guardians Edition F-150 Raptor truck. It's courtesy of your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. And again, that's only through tomorrow now. Visit GuardiansF150Sweeps.com to enter. Here's Bichette. The pitch to him is swung on and blasted to right fairly deep. Back is Adele. On the track, he makes the catch to retire Bichette and the Mets, who add another run, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. It's New York 5, the Guardians 1.
Back to savings at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Far from pristine conditions, the dominance of Chase Burns continues. 1 run in 6 Sterling innings, 2 hits, 9 Ks.
Gavin Williams was outstanding today. Retired the first 15 batters he faced. First time in his career he did that. He struck out 10, Arch, and didn't walk a batter until the last one he faced.
Sayonara! 3rd homer of the inning. Red Sox 5, Dodgers 3.
For the first time in Kyle Freeland's terrific career, the hometown kid with a complete game.
Colt Emerson with a screaming line drive, base hit down the right field line. Walk it off. Mariners win it 7-6 over the Twins this afternoon.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
Guardians down by a score of 5-1 as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning here in downtown Cleveland. Austin Hedges to lead things off, facing the big righty Sean Manaea, and Hedges swings and misses for strike 1. Hedges bounced to short his first time up. Manaea winds it up the 0-1. Fastball upstairs for a ball, and the count's now 1-1. Manaea with 5 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. His 1-1 breaking ball swung on and missed, a beauty. That slider darting low and in on Austin Hedges, with Brian Rocchio to follow. Then the top of the lineup, Stephen Kwan. Guardians trying to dig out of a 4-run deficit. Now the 1-2 swung on, ground ball to third. Up with it, Bichette throws to first in time for the out. So one away, and that'll bring up Brian Rocchio, who walked his first time up. Get you the injury report this half inning. Presented by Elk & Elk. For a team of injury lawyers dedicated to every client every day, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Here's the pitch to Rocchio. He squares, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. On the injured list for the Guardians, it's Sean Armstrong, transferred to the 60-day list today with that severe calf injury. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, and there's a line drive to left. That'll get down for a base hit for Brian Rocchio. Guardians have a one-out base runner as Rocchio's been aboard twice now after that walk back in the second. Top of the lineup, Stephen Kwan will step in. Kwan's been hit by a pitch and singled as his on-base rampage continues. He's now at 21 consecutive games on base, and it's never just one time on base, usually 2 or 3. Here's the pitch to him. In tight, ball 1. And if you were with us earlier, Tom mentioning about Jose Ramirez not being in the lineup tonight. And that's just the residual of coming back from the hamate surgery as quickly as he did. The 1-0 on the outside corner for a strike. A little extra soreness coming out of Sunday's game, so they give him the day off yesterday and then tonight with the hopes that he'll be good to go tomorrow. Rocchio at first. 1 out. The 1-1 to Kwan. Way outside for a ball. Count moves to 2-1. For the Mets, their big injury, Juan Soto, with a pretty severe calf strain, a left calf strain, after he suffered a right calf injury earlier in the year that put him on the injured list. The 2-1. That is down low. Ball 3 to Kwan.
Catcher's challenging.
The catcher, Torrens, didn't think so, so the Mets challenge. And this time they're wrong.
3-1 New York has 1 remaining.
Only 1 left for the Mets. That's the first time they've missed on a challenge. So the count 3-1 on Stephen Kwan with Brian Rocchio at first base. Here's the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Another injury of note for New York, Mark Vientos. He's out with a broken right hand. They've had injuries throughout the year to some of their key players. The 3-2 swung on, ground ball near the middle, scooped up by Semien to the bag for 1, on to first, double play. 4-6-3 on the Twin Killings side, retired. We head to the 5th. 5-1, Mets over the Guardians.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Pack your bags. We're taking a trip to Truist Park in Atlanta. One of baseball's newest ballparks, Truist opened its doors to Braves fans in 2017 and blends modern amenities with historic displays. Before the game, you have to swing by the Battery, a mixed-use complex of more than 60 acres that includes shops, great restaurants, outdoor spaces, and even a concert venue. Once inside, pop over to the outfield market for some grub before you get a lesson in Braves history. The Xfinity rooftop patios have just what you need, letting you get a bird's eye view of all the action while staying comfortable and shaded under baseball's largest stadium canopy. And we can't forget to drop into one of the most well-known restaurants in any ballpark, the Coors Light Chop House. It's got 3 levels of open-air seating and plenty of good food and drink, so you can watch the Braves dominate in style and comfort. Truist is truly one of the game's premier ballpark experiences and is well worth a trip to Hotlanta.
Guardians trailing 5-1 as we're underway in the 5th, and the designated hitter Francisco Alvarez pounds one foul outside of third, and it's 0-1 on Alvarez, who's been up twice, struck out twice, facing left-hander Joey Cantillo. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 on Alvarez, who never gets cheated up there as he takes a big hack just about every time. Cantillo, he's been in and out of trouble and allowed the 5 runs on 6 hits. They had Slade Ciccone warming up behind him last inning. Ciccone has since sat down. Here comes the 0-2. Fastball missed outside. 1-2 the count on Alvarez, with Carson Benj next, and then Luis Robert for the Mets in this top half of the 5th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive up the middle, a base hit into center field. Another curveball that just doesn't seem to have that good bite tonight, and it is just staying out there as a good pitch to hit. And that is not normally the case on the curveball from Cantillo. Now Carson Benj, he's 0 for 2. He's flied to right, bounced to second. Coming off a red-hot July where he hit over 300. And of Oklahoma State, the pitch to him. Down low, ball 1. And the Mets feel like Benj, A.J. Ewing, a couple of their young starting pitchers, good building blocks. Here's the 1-0. High and tight. 2-0 the count, but that's not what they were looking for this season, to give some runway to young players. They spent a ton of money heading into the year with expectations for the postseason. The 2-0 swung on, ground ball to the second baseman. Bazana to the back for 1. Rocchio to first. In time, double play. 2 down. Nicely turned by Bazana and Rocchio around the bag. Base is empty now. And that'll bring up Luis Robert. Now don't forget, through tomorrow, visit $.bank/baseball. Enter for your chance to win a Guardian suite and the opportunity to throw out a ceremonial first pitch at an upcoming game. Here's the pitch. And it's down low for ball 1. Dollar Bank, let's get you there. Roberts 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts. He has missed time this year on the injured list. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, and he drills one to left, right there to make the catch on a screamer off the bat of Robert is Angel Martinez. Quick inning for Cantillo thanks to the double play. Side retired. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It's the Mets.
Yes, Scooter, you made the phrase, holy cow, popular. So at this time, Scooter, your friends have decided to present you with your own holy cow. You know, I'm not sure that was rehearsed beforehand.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games, pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans. And while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table. And once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
Joe Adell leads things off for the Guardians, and he takes strike one from Sean Manaea. What a Cleveland debut for Adell. 2 for 2, a single, a double, and the lone run scored tonight. Here's the 0-1 on the inside corner, strike two call. Quickly 0-2 on Adell. It's 5-1 Mets as we play in the bottom of the fifth inning. Manaea with the 0-2. Swung on, foul tip, hung on to by the catcher. That's strike three. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network. Chase DeLauder at the plate, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Jim Rosenhaus along with Tom Hamilton at downtown Cleveland's Progressive Field. Brian Motze up the street at command center. The 0-1. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. Guardians on the short side of a 5-1 score. The Mets with 5 runs on 7 hits. The Guardians a run on 5 hits. They've had some great scoring opportunities, but have not been able to come through. Here's the 1-1. Outside and high. Bases loaded. Nobody out in the first inning. They could not score. They did score a run in the third inning, but left a couple of men on base. The 2-1. Strike called at the knees on the outside corner. And it's 2-2 on DeLauder. DeLauder's been up twice, walked twice. Here's Manaea's 2-2. Swung on, line drive, left field, base hit. Cutting it off as he heads toward the line as Ewing gets it in quickly. And he holds DeLauder to a single. And that's what DeLauder does so well against the lefties. Shoots it the other way. And he has another base hit off the left-hander here. So a one-out base runner for the Guardians as Rhys Hoskins will step in. Hoskins is 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts. Guardians trailing 5-1. Manaea's pitch, and Hoskins swings and lifts it high in the air to fairly deep left, but shy of the warning track. To make the catch is Ewing for the second out in the inning. Time for tonight's Cleveland Clinic. Caregivers shout out. Good folks at the clinic want to thank the caregivers at South Point Hospital for everything they do to care for patients and families. That's South Point Hospital. Angel Martinez steps in, drove in the Guardians' run back in the third inning with a booming double off the wall and left. Here's the pitch to him. And it's just off the outside corner for strike one. Manaea has had good command of most of his pitches. He's throwing that fastball up in the zone a lot. The 1-0, down low, 2-0, and then he has that sharp breaking pitch that's darting low and in on the right-handed batters. 2-0 the count on Martinez. Here's the pitch. That's in tight for ball 3. Same two clubs tomorrow night. Another 6:40 start. Tanner Bybee will be on the mound for the Guardians. Now the 3-0 upstairs, ball 4. A 2-out walk issued to Angel Martinez. Now the Guardians have runners at first and second with 2 away. And up steps Travis Bazzana. And by the way, tomorrow night, it's Marvel night here at the ballpark. Kids 6 and under receive a Spidey and His Amazing Friends comic book, plus character meet and greets, balloon twisters, and more throughout the game. Get your tickets at CLEGuardians.com. All right, left on left here for Travis Bazzana, who's bounced into a fielder's choice and also struck out in 2 trips. As DeLauder at second, Martinez at first. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on, chopped foul outside of first. Strike one on Travis Bazzana. Lefties handcuffed him at times this year, hitting just 186 against left-handed pitching. 5-1, New York in front. Here it is. And it's swung on, bounced near the middle, on through, base hit center field. Rounding third and scoring is DeLauder. Into third is Martinez. And on at first with an RBI single, Travis Bazzana. It's now the Mets 5, the Guardians 2. Bazzana's 35th run batted in on the season, as he found the hole up the middle and again stayed up the middle and was rewarded. And now the Guardians still working on it with Gabriel Arias stepping to the plate. Arias tonight is struck out, popped to short. Manaea from the stretch. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. Got the fastball by him at 93, but it was up. Now the 0-1 to Arias. Swung on, looped foul, out of play. First base side of home plate. Well, the Guardians with the 2 runs on 7 hits. Same amount of hits as New York, but a key error helped the cause for the Mets earlier in the game. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Arias down on strikes. We head to the 6th, 5-2. 6th, 5-2. The Mets over.
Way back there, way back, Tatis at the wall, and he leaps and makes a spectacular catch. He brought that one right back into the ballpark.
That is 5 straight strikeouts now for Burke.
Sean Burke, 6 scoreless, 3 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Swung on and driven, high and deep, it is gone! Back-to-back, Abreu and Contreras.
7 strikeouts for Noah Cameron. He took a no-hitter into the 7th, and an 8th scoreless, allows just 1 hit. An incredible performance today from the Royals lefty.
Back it goes, deep it goes, and gone! Cody Clemens wins it down to their final strike. Twins win! Twins win! The Twins win it!
If you stick around to the end with this club, you never know what you might find.
Slade Ciccone is going to make his first appearance out of the Cleveland bullpen. He's been taken out of the rotation with the acquisition of Foster Griffin, who will start on Thursday. And Ciccone is a guy now that Cleveland has in the bullpen that can give you some length and multiple innings. Hi again, everybody. This is Tom Hamilton, along with Jim Rosenhaus, Brian Motze. 5-2 Mets after 5. And the first pitch is swung on, drilled to center off the bat of Marcus Semien, but it'll be caught by Stephen Kwan. Slade Ciccone taking over after Joey Cantillo. Went 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, 2 earned, allowed 7 hits, walked 2, struck out 5, made 81 pitches. Here's Jared Young, the number 8 hitter, has walked, grounded out. Ciccone lets it fly, and the pitch in there, a strike. Now, Ciccone's stuff may tick up. You use him out of the bullpen now, and you may get more mid-90s on the fastball, the sinker, and the cutter. Young has walked, grounded out, left-handed batter, and he fouls it off. and the count 0-2. As a starter, Ciccone went 4-7, had a 4.78 ERA, made 21 starts. But Cleveland really feels he can thrive in this role. The pitch, again, fouled out of play, third base seating area. A lot of times people will say, oh, it's a demotion. You're in the big leagues. There's no such thing as a demotion when you're in the major leagues. Now the 2-strike delivery. And it's swung on, grounded to the second baseman. Bazzana will throw him out. Good breaking ball. Now, one thing about Ciccone, it'll be interesting to talk to Slade tomorrow. He's got a fastball, a sinker, a cutter, a curve, a slider, has dabbled with a split. Well, if you're coming out of the bullpen, you may not have to go to all those pitches. We'll see if he cuts down a little bit. 2 quick outs here. So Luis Torrens, 5-2 Mets, fastball strike. Keep in mind now, yes, the Mets have a 5-2 lead, but they blowtorched their bullpen at the trade deadline. So talk about an unknown quantity or quality out there. The pitch swung on, fouled back 0-2. That's not to say whomever they go to won't get the job done, but man, they gave up some really quality bullpen arms. Look, when you take apart your bullpen, you're saying we know it's going to be hard to win the rest of the year. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. The 2-strike delivery. Up and in, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mets got a 3-run blast to right field by Luis Torrens in the second. Bo Bichette, a solo homer to left in the third. Luis Torrens came back, RBI single in the fourth. The pitch, and he drives one deep but foul down the right side. So Torrens, who came in batting .216, has homered, singled, and driven in 4. And he's 1-2 on the count right now. Cleveland's runs coming on an RBI double by Angel Martinez, RBI single by Travis Bazzana. Now the 1-2. And it's swung on, smoked to third. It ate up Arias, goes into left field for a base hit. That ball was scalded. A slider that Torrens smoked to third and just ate up Arias and went into left field for his 3rd hit of the night. Here's A.J. Ewing, the leadoff man. He has been robbed of extra bases by Stephen Kwan in center. Doubled and singled. Five runs, 8 hits for the Mets. 2 runs, 7 hits for the Guardians. 6th inning and a gorgeous 78-degree night on the lakefront. The pitch and a backdoor curve stayed on the porch. Earlier, we didn't give you the contestant in the Hyundai Grand Slam giveaway inning. No worries, we didn't have a Grand Slam. Now the 1-0 pitch in there. Tonight's contestant was Madison Johnson of Cleveland. Did not win the Hyundai Kona from your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, but you can be a contestant. Visit HyundaiGrandSlam.com. Now the 1-1. Swing and a high chopper to second. Comes up shoulder high to Bazzana. Fields it, throws out Ewing. Boy, he runs well. So good job by Ciccone. And it stays 5-2 Mets, middle of the 6th.
Hey, Cleveland, are you looking?
Red Sox rally caps worked. Now the Mariners with a bit of an Arabian twist. The Red Sox trying to counteract with the gloves on top of their rally caps. Mariners continue to try to find the winning fashion statement. I think these boys are tired. Deep to left field. Way back. Gone. Wake up, New England. The shaving cream does indeed work.
Pack your bags. We're taking a trip to Truist Park in Atlanta. One of baseball's newest ballparks, Truist opened its doors to Braves fans in 2017 and blends modern amenities with historic displays. Before the game, you have to swing by the Battery, a mixed-use complex of more than 60 acres that includes shops, great restaurants, outdoor spaces, and even a concert venue. Once inside, pop over to the outfield market for some grub before you get a lesson in Braves history. The Xfinity rooftop patios have just what you need, letting you get a bird's eye view of all the action while staying comfortable and shaded under baseball's largest stadium canopy. And we can't forget to drop into one of the most well-known restaurants in any ballpark, the Coors Light Chop House. It's got 3 levels of open-air seating and plenty of good food and drink, so you can watch the Braves dominate in style and comfort. Truist is truly one of the game's premier ballpark experiences and is well worth a trip to Hotlanta.
I'll tell you what, Sean Manaea can walk a tightrope. Cleveland's had 12 base runners in 5 innings, but he's only given up 2 runs. 5-2 Mets. Austin Hedges looks at a breaking ball strike. Manaea, 87 pitches through 5, has struck out 7, walked 4, hit a batter, given up 7 hits. Hedges sends one in the air to right, not deep. Bench coming in, and that's out number 1. That'll bring up Brian Rocchio. Of course, the Mets did not only blow up their team and trade a lot of folks away, they blew up their coaching staff and their manager earlier this year. The guy Cleveland was very high on. In fact, he probably was the runner-up to Stephen Vogt. Carlos Mendoza fired as the manager of the Mets. Andy Green coming out of the front office on an interim basis. First pitch strike to Brian Rocchio hasn't mattered. The Mets are 12-19 under Andy Green. Now the windup and the 0-1. Up high, 1-1. Mets have activity in their bullpen. They have a right-hander up, Daniel Duarte, as that pitch misses, 2-1. The next delivery, Rocchio takes inside, 3-1. There's not been an inning where Cleveland hasn't had a runner on, but 2 for 9 when batting with a runner in scoring position. So that continues to plague Cleveland. They've been near the bottom all year in baseball, hitting in the clutch. The 3-1 swung on, fouled upstairs, full count. Not a bad crowd at all for this beautiful Tuesday night. No humidity, 78 degrees. We had a light breeze blowing in. That's pretty much died down. The payoff, and it's inside. He missed with a cut fastball. 5 times Manaea's walked a Cleveland Guardian, and Cleveland's not made him pay for 1 walk tonight. Top of the order, left on left. Here's Stephen Kwan, hit by a pitch, single, hit into a double play. Cleveland had bases loaded first inning, nobody out, and didn't score. Now the set, the delivery. Kwan takes a little bit high, ball 1. Cleveland had a run in the 3rd, but had runners 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Don't score anymore. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. And Cleveland has scored twice, but it feels like they should have about 8 runs. Manaea with the 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. Guardians and Mets tomorrow night. If you're coming, you'll get a 125th anniversary tumbler. So get your tickets at CLEGuardians.com. Kwan sends one in the air, floating foul, left side, lower deck. And the count 2-2. White Sox are getting plastered in Boston, 6-0. 4th inning at Fenway. Boston was busy at the deadline. And right now, the Red Sox becoming one of the best teams in the American League. I mean, right now, they're in the playoffs if they were starting today. Second wild card team. Now the set. Now the 2-2. Kwan smokes one to second. Semien catches, throws to first, doubles up Rocchio. Boy, after the excitement of yesterday.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
We're talking about power. We're talking about bling. This is the stuff that puts people in the seats.
Ruth's adoring fans pitched in to gift a crown fit for the home run king.
How come the fans didn't, put something together for me?
They gave you a nice round of applause.
It's a good job, Carlos.
That man is 42 years old. I'm only 22. Until that man stay on that mound, nobody gonna take me out of this game.
Okay, let me see what I can do about it. Right now, I feel like I can go over there and go Placata right now on the field just because I held this batter, Willie Mays. I'm not giving it back to you. You need it back?
To get back.
Okay, you can continue talking.
And you're just going to hold on to it?
Yeah.
Hammer and Hank became baseball's all-time home run king.
Hank Aaron flipped the bat, pointed to the outside, and said, Placata.
Every single Triple Crown winner has been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So it looks pretty good for Miggy. Just saying.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Five to 2 Mets. Slade Cicconi's second inning of work here in the seventh. Francisco Lindor 0 for 3. First at bat left-handed. Lindor takes a strike on the outside corner. Get you caught up on your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers out of town scoreboard. White Sox told you getting beat up by Boston 6-0 in the fourth. Now the 0-1 to Lindor, and he waves at it in the count 0-2. Baltimore leading the Angels 2-0 in the seventh. Philly beating up Washington 4-0 in the seventh. Reds and Athletics 3-3, sixth inning. Now the 0-2. Swing and a dribbler foul first base side. Yankees 2-0 lead over the Cardinals in the sixth. Atlanta leads Miami 1-0 in the fifth. Pittsburgh 1-0 lead, third inning at Milwaukee. Now the 0-2. Just missed outside with a curveball. 1-2. Kansas City a 2-0 lead over Minnesota. They've played 2. No score. Dodgers, Cubs, they've played 1. And here, 5-2 Mets. Seventh inning. The 1-2 pitch to Lindor. And he got him swinging. Slade Cicconi got him with a slider. One down. That'll bring up Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette is singled. Hit a solo homer to left. Flied out to the warning track and right. Right-hander against right-hander. Tomorrow night, Tanner Bybee against Christian Scott. We'll see one of the best young rookie pitchers. Mets have Nolan McLean on Thursday. Bichette takes a strike, and that Thursday afternoon game features the debut of Foster Griffin, the all-star left-hander whom Cleveland got from Washington. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good slider away, 0-2. Now, this is the beauty of Slade Ciccone. You go to him in a game like this, he's keeping you in the game. He's giving you multiple innings, and he's saving the bullpen. Now the 0-2 to Bichette. High heat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's done it when he was with Arizona. He's started. He's relieved. Look, you ask any guy that's a starter, they'd always rather start than relieve. But again, Ciccone happy to do whatever to help the ball club. Now the 1-2 delivery. Down and away, yanked that cut fastball. 2-2. The Mets have lost 6 straight games to the Cleveland Guardians. But they're up tonight 5-2 in the 7th. The 2-2. Swing and a foul in back of the plate. Well, last year Gavin Williams nearly had that historical game that Juan Soto broke up with a home run in the 9th inning in Queens. This is back-to-back really disappointing years for the Mets. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Bissett chased the slider away. Second strikeout. Good to see Keith Hernandez. He's back in the booth next to us. Finished his career with the Cleveland Indians and now does such a great job on TV. The Mets have one of the finest play-by-play people in the game in Gary Cohen. Here's Francisco Alvarez outside a ball. And normally a 3-man booth. No Ron Darling on this trip, but Keith Hernandez here. And he said, man, it's been a long time since I've been back here. And now the 1-0, a swing and a miss, 1-1. He'll never tout his career, but boy, he's a guy that ought to be getting a lot more consideration for the Hall of Fame. My goodness, what a career he had. Batted .296 in his career. He had a WAR of 60. Hall of Fame. The 1-1 check swing. He went around 1-2. Won a World Series with the Mets. Won a World Series with the Cardinals. And oh yeah, 11 times won a Gold Glove. Now the 1-2 delivery to Alvarez. And strike 3 called. He is challenging the call. That looked like a strike. If it is, Ciccone strikes out the side. It was, and the Mets are out of challenges. Well, there are a lot of guys that we run into now. You start looking up their numbers. Keith Hernandez, a prime example. Boy, that's a Hall of Fame career. We'll see if he gets in someday by the Veterans Committee. He's deserving. Stretch time at the corner of Carnegie and on.
Towards third base. Machado's coming home, and he will be out.
That's Mason. Oh, he reaches up and makes the catch. What a grab by Victor Mason Jr.
Mason win the Gold Glover with the golden arm.
And a leaping grab by Anthony Volpe. He's having a great day.
Catch by Braden Montgomery. Lays out full extension.
He's at the wall, and he leaps and makes a spectacular catch.
Line drive center field. PCA. Diving stab, Anthony Siegler. What a play. And look out, it's going to be Martin with a slide. In the hole, backhand snare. Oh, what a play. Jim Jarvis with a gem. Will it hang? It will. Torres with a nice catch. Into the corner. Here comes a good sliding catch. Ronald Acuna.
Merrill go back and still going. Leaps and makes the catch.
Holy oh, yeah! Graham!
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Who's that? New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
Right-hander Daniel Duarte is coming on. He throws a fastball, a sinker, a cutter, slider, changeup. He inherits a 5-2 lead. Joe Adell, the batter, has doubled and singled, 2 for 3. And he hits the first pitch on the ground to short. Lindor gobbles, throws high, and safe is Adell because he hustled. Leaping grab by Young at first, but because Adell hustled down the line on a routine ground out and Lindor threw high when Young leaped to catch it, by the time he came back down on the bag, Joe Adell had gotten to first. That's how you make an impression on your new ball club. That's as routine a ground ball out, and Adell didn't assume. Here's Chase DeLauder, 2 walks and a single. The pitch outside a ball. Duarte is making his 9th appearance, a 1.42 ERA. And again, remember, they traded away 6 bullpen pieces. The pitch downstairs, a ball, 2-0. They basically have a brand new bullpen. This is so similar to what Minnesota did a year ago. Now the Twins this year had to trade for bullpen. The pitch, and it's down low again, 3-0. Give credit to Sean Manaea. I mean, he did an amazing job to only give up 2 runs tonight. You talk about a guy that competed. The pitch, bullseye. Sean Manaea seemingly was in trouble from the moment he left the bullpen, but he never, ever panicked and never imploded and gave the Mets 6 strong innings. The 3-1 in there, or is it? No, that was a strike, folks, but the Mets are out of challenges. And so Chase DeLauder has walked for the 3rd time, and now Nathaniel Lowe will make his Cleveland debut and pinch hit for Rhys Hoskins. And this is why Nathaniel Lowe is here, because he can torch right-handed pitching. Just to finish the thoughts on Manaea, he went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs on 7 hits, struck out 7, walked 5, hit a batter. In his 6 innings of work against Cleveland, the Guardians had 13 base runners, but he never gave in, and only 2 would score. Everybody's new, including the pitching coach, Justin Willard. He'll head back to the first base dugout. Nathaniel Lowe had 2 hits off a left-handed pitcher this year. But boy, can he hit right-handed pitching. He had 12 home runs off right-handers, batted .286. And he pinch hits for Rhys Hoskins. He'll stay in the game and play first. And here we go again. Cleveland with another opportunity. Down 3 in the 7th, but 2 on and nobody out. The set. The pitch. And a swing and a miss on a good-looking breaking ball. Nathaniel Lowe did a heck of a job with the Reds. Now trying to come through in the clutch in his debut with Cleveland. Duarte's ready on the pitch, and a check swing and a pitch that almost hit him. 0-2. Lowe is so thrilled to be here. He enjoyed playing for Tito and the Reds, but he's got a chance to play in the postseason. That's all any of these guys want. Now the 0-2. Swing and a foul at the plate on a changeup. Nathaniel Lowe signed with the Reds right before spring training. Last year had 18 homers, 84 RBIs with Washington and Boston. Was having a solid year with the Reds. Now the 0-2. Swings and fouls it off at the plate. Another changeup. Played at Mercer University and then Mississippi State University. I mean, if you look at his last 5 years in the big leagues, not including this year, he's averaged 19 homers, 77 RBIs a year. That's pretty productive, folks. 6'4", 220. Now the 2-strike pitch to Lowe. A swing and a foul. Oh, good slow curveball, and he did a heck of a job to spoil it. Good at bat for Nathaniel Lowe. He got down in the count 0-2, and he's fouled off 3 straight. He is not going to face left-handed pitching. He is strictly going to face right-handed pitching, but that's his strong suit. And Joe Adell, his strong suit is against southpaws. So Cleveland's really fortified themselves offensively with Joe Adell and Nathaniel Lowe. Duarte's ready. Here it comes. And a swing and a looping liner up the middle, caught by Lindor. Sounded like Lowe broke his bat. Lindor caught it near second. Adell dove back to avoid being doubled up. So that is out number 1. Cleveland's 2 for 10 tonight with men in scoring position. Here's Angel Martinez. RBI double, a walk, and a strikeout. He'll bat left-handed. Hey, the new Toyota Corolla Cross. Outstanding fuel efficiency, all-wheel drive. Go to Toyota.com. Now the pitch. And it's a fastball wide. Ball 1. Daniel Duarte. Mets may want to update their notes. They tell us he appeared in 2 Grapefruit League games back in the spring. The 1-0, a swing and a foul right side. Not sure what that has to do with anything. But for those of you keeping score when you were down in Florida, this is Daniel Duarte pitching for keeps. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Yeah, that's a pretty good sinker away. He's had pretty good numbers since coming up. He was at AAA Syracuse. 2 on, 1 out. Cleveland down 3 in the 7th. He checks second. He fires. And the pitch swung on line to left. Coming in is Ewing to grab it. Lined the other way, but for out number 2. Another inning where Cleveland's had multiple people on base with nobody out. We'll have a pitching change. Matchup time. Andy Green is going to get a left-hander to face Travis Bazzana. And this call to the bullpen presented by Spartan Storm Shield. It's the roof system to last your lifetime. Visit SpartanStormShield.com. 5-2. The Mets have the lead. Cleveland.
Jack Leiter making his season debut.
He's 148K, second among all AL rookies.
Jets 2-2. And a swing and a miss. There's his first strikeout of the season. He gets Mayo for the second out of the inning. To be the way to pitch. Here's the 3-2. And that's right in there. Alonso just frozen.
Sinking fastball from Leiter. He retires the side in order for the first time tonight.
Big over-the-top windup and the 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging with a cutter at 94. Nice assortment of pitches there from Jack Leiter. And that new pitch, the cutter, strikes out Adley Rutschman. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Great screwball action, a changeup at 92. So Leiter making use of a couple of pitches he didn't even have 2 years ago when he made his major league debut.
It's 2-2 and a swing and a miss. Got him chasing a curveball. And Leiter, I don't know that he loved where that one ended up, but he got the job done.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Everything.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T's apply. In-app only.
Mets are going to have a lot of these moments here in the next 2 months. A lot of major league debuts after they basically turned over a third of the roster before the deadline last night. This is going to be the major league debut of Nate Lavender, who in 25 games at AAA Syracuse had a .327 earned run average. He comes in with Guardians at first and second, 2 down, 7th inning, 5-2 Mets, left on left. Travis Bazzana the batter. Lavender's pitch, and it's down low, a breaking ball. And if you're Travis Bazzana, I'm sure he's been told, look, it's the kid's major league debut. Don't help him. Travis Bazzana 1 for 3 tonight, RBI single. Joe Adell at second. Chase DeLauder at first, 2 down. The 1-0 to Bazzana. And it's on the outside corner, a strike, 92 miles an hour on a 4-seam fastball. Five minor league seasons with the Mets. Nate Lavender, a southpaw. Now the pitch to Bazzana, and he rips one foul right side, way out in front of that fastball. And the count 1-2. Well, the Guardians and PNC Bank are going to bat for small business. Throughout the season, PNC Bank honors 6 local businesses for making a difference in the community. Bazzana played the opposite way toward left. Lavender checks second, comes to the plate, and Bazzana almost chased. It was high. He laid off the slider, and the count 2-2. You wonder, can Lavender even feel his feet? That major league debut, so nerve-wracking. The 2-2. Swing and a foul back. If you think he's nervous, Mom and Dad multiply it by 100. Joe Adell started the inning. He got aboard on an error. He's at second. Chase DeLauder then walked. He's at first. Now it's up to Travis Bazzana. 2 outs. Cleveland down 3, 7th inning. The 2-2 delivery. Outside corner, strike 3 called. He strikes out Bazzana with a fastball looking. And another opportunity goes by the wayside. 5-2 Mets. 8th is next.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
It's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Third inning for Slade Ciccone. He's been outstanding out of the pen. 5-2 Mets in the eighth, and Ciccone misses wide to Carson Benj. Tim Herron warming in the Cleveland pen. Benj, fly out, 2 groundouts. 5-2 Mets. We're in the eighth. Ciccone lets it fly. Benj takes it down low, 2-0. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 5 left for New York. 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 10 stranded for Cleveland. Cleveland 2 for 12 tonight with men in scoring position. Now the 2-0 delivery. Swing and a foul tap to the right. 2-1 the count. Hey, Marathon knows you fans are the true co-pilot of any team. Marathon, it's here to keep you and your team fueled all season long. Marathon, driven together. Now the 2-1 delivery. Up high, 3-1. Now you go to the gas pump one day and it's $1 more a gallon. It's always a surprise.
What in the world happened?
We'll never get an answer. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on, socked high in the air to dead center. Quan is back on the track looking up. This ball just sails out of here to dead center over the 19-foot wall for Carson Benj. His 12th home run. And the rookie out of Oklahoma State has made it 6-2 Mets. They have hit their 3rd home run. And who knows, with the Mets being arguably baseball's biggest disaster or disappointment, or however you want to phrase it if you're a Mets fan. Here's Luis Robert Jr. taking a strike. They've traded so many people. There's nothing to play for now except pride. These young kids are getting a chance. They may give this club a jolt of energy. The pitch swung on and missed. 0-2 the count. One thing about whether you're the Mets or Yankees, you're never going to have a full rebuild. You're always going to have one of the top payrolls in the game. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Check swing down and away, 1-2. But when things don't go well and you've got that kind of a payroll, fans in your town are relentless. So who knows? Maybe they'll just relax and have fun the last 2 months. Now the 1-2 pitch to Robert. And he drills one to left field near the line. Martinez reaches out, makes the catch. Another hard hit ball, but it's out number 1. And that'll bring up Marcus Semien, who's 0 for 2 with a walk.
It's never easy when you're a young player or a rookie, but if you can play loose, because expectations aren't high right now, one loss-wise for the Mets, it certainly can help.
The pitch, down low, ball 1. Mets missed the playoffs last year. They thought last year was a disappointment, 83-79. This year, 47-66. Only Colorado worse in the National League. The 1-0 swung on, smoked to right, but slicing foul. And the count 1-1. In talking with some of the Mets folks, they said, well, the ball club now, the fan base in Queens has gone from angry to I don't care. The 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. And nothing is worse for a sports franchise than apathy. But, you know, the Mets will spend big this winter, or you would assume. Now the 1-2. Check swing, down and away, 2-2. Six to 2, the Mets on top. We're in the 8th. The 2-2 delivery. Down and away. Yanked that cutter. Full count. 42 pitches now for Ciccone. The payoff. And Semien Cuts and misses. Struck him out on the cutter. That's 4 strikeouts for Slade Ciccone. Stephen Vogt will make another 2-out pitching change with the bases empty and the Mets on top. 6-2 in the 8th.
Hi, Max the Bald Eagle from Marathon here. We asked people if they could do an impression of me. Have a listen.
9 Ks, 6 scoreless. And Chris Sale continuing to add to his Cy Young resume.
Mona! 2-run bomb, and it's 4-2 Red Sox in the 10th.
And it's gone! Come on now, Griff! His heater rolls on, and the no-doubt shot! Schultz the fish in front!
You can't make this stuff up, Jack!
Red Sox walk it off and beat the Yankees in 12. What a comeback!
A Redbird winner! A Redbird winner! Light up the night in downtown St. Louis. The Cardinals came back with 3 in the 10th inning to beat the Cubs.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Tim Herron coming on to pitch. It'll be a left-on-left matchup against Jared Young. 2 down, bases empty. Mets up 6-2. Herron makes appearance number 45. A win, 4 losses, ERA 3.89. Jared Young, the batter. He's played with the Cubs and now the Mets. Native of British Columbia and still lives in Prince George. Left on left, and he looks at a strike. Good outing for Slade Ciccone in long relief tonight. He went 2 2/3, gave up a run, allowed 2 hits, struck out 4. Herron's pitch swung on, roller to second. Bazzana gloves it, throws it, innings over. 6-2, Mets with the lead. It's the middle of the 8th, and it's the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Pat Moran, owner of Window World.
You know, and he had some room to work with. They had a 3-run lead.
That's normally a jolt to any clubhouse when your club goes out and adds pieces because they believe in you, but they've not played like it tonight. The 2-2. Outside and high, full count. And these games are becoming more precious by the day. I know it's only August 4th, but wow. We've only got 48 games left. That goes by in a blink of an eye. The payoff, and it's popped up foul back and out of play.
It's interesting, too, how a first inning can set the tone. You mentioned they loaded the bases with nobody out, did not score. Part of that was Joe Adell reaching in his first at-bat, so it kind of builds off of the momentum from yesterday with the new player having success early, but they just couldn't take advantage.
Now the payoff delivery. Swing and a foul upstairs. Yeah, it's happened so much this year, and how the complexion of a game changes when you don't capitalize early. Especially bases loaded, nobody out with the middle of the order up. Now the 3-2 pitch. Up high, and Hedges draws a walk. Cleveland has had 8 free passes tonight. 7 walks on a hit batter. And not one of those has come around to score. That is stunning. Here's Brian Rocchio. 2 walks and a single. He'll swing it right-handed. Every inning, all 8, Cleveland's had a base runner. At least one. The pitch, swing and a tapper to third. Bichette to second. There's 1. Semien relay. There's 2. Wow. Third double play Cleveland's hit into. It's 6-2 Mets. 9th inning next.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Jack Caglione, he flied out to left field in the first inning. Wow! The whole crowd says wow! Way out of here! Over the flagpoles in right field.
115 miles per hour off the bat from Jack Caglione. Sorry, 114. It's a pitch middle up, and this is the no-doubter of the season. The flag court up there, and you see them kind of scattering and looking behind them. No-doubter from Cag.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Tim Aaron on for the second inning of work. 9th inning, Mets up 6-2. Aaron facing Luis Torrens, who cuts and misses. Torrens having a career night. 3-run homer, RBI single, and then another single. 3 for 3, 4 RBIs. 6-2 Mets. We're in the 9th inning. Torrens' 3-run home run in the second inning. The opposite way got the Mets a lead they've never relinquished. He takes a little bit outside, 1-1. Aaron's ready. Here it comes. A little wide, 2-1. The Mets have a right-hander warming up in their bullpen, Kodai Senga. So he'll be coming on to pitch the bottom of the ninth. The 2-1. Outside and high, 3-1. The next delivery, way outside, a ball. And a leadoff walk to Torrance, who's been on base all 4 times. Now station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network. Tom Hamilton with you, along with Jim Rosenhaus, Brian Motze. Mets 6, Guardians 2, ninth inning, top of the order, runner on. A.J. Ewing, the batter, a double, a single, 2 for 4. He looks at a fastball strike. Outfielders, medium deep, straight away. The pitch, and he sends one high in the air to fairly deep center. Stephen Kwan backpedaling in front of the track, grabbing it. Tagging, coming to second. Torrance, throw to second's in time. Tag by Bazzana. Wow, what a throw by Kwan. Right in front of the warning track in dead center. Kwan with the catch and a perfect throw to second. And Bazzana taking the throw on the fly, tagging out Torrance. Wow. What a night Stephen Kwan's had defensively. Bases empty, 2 down. Francisco Lindor 0 for 4. He'll bat right-handed. 2 strikeouts, pop up, and a fly out. The set and delivery, and it's in there, called strike. We've had 5 double plays in this game by the 2 clubs. The pitch down and away, 1-1. Well, the Mets have had a base runner in 8 of the 9 innings. Cleveland's had a base runner in all 8. Lindor sends another weak pop-up into shallow left center. It'll be caught by the left fielder, Angel Martinez. One last crack for the Guardians, trailing the Mets 6-2 in the middle of the ninth.
Hey, Guardians fans, Medical Mutual.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Where are you from?
Chicago. 1 ball, 1 strike to Listad. He lines one into left field. That's going to drop in front of Bo Jackson. Nielsen around third, coming to the plate. Good throw! And Bolden throws him out.
What the my. What the wow, that Bo Jackson, the bionic hit with the arm. Man, I'm impressed, and I'm not usually impressed that much.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Right-hander Kodai Senga coming on. You name it, he throws it. Fastballs, sinkers, cutters, sliders, curveballs, forkballs. He's got a 6-2 lead. Senga, 14th appearance. He had been a starter. 0-8 with an 8.66 ERA. Top of the order, Stephen Kwan. 6-2 Mets in the ninth. Senga's pitch, and it's in there, a strike. Nate Lavender, in his major league debut, an inning and a third of scoreless relief, a walk and a strikeout. Kwan 1 for 3. The 0-1. Fastball wide. Boy, his fastball plays up now that he's relieving. That was 97 miles per hour. That's much harder than he threw as a starter. He delivers, and a fastball strike at the knees. 97 again. 1-2 the count on Kwan. Senga, hands just below the chest. He lets it rip, and Kwan hits a weak chopper to third. Charged by Bichette, gloves, throws, got him. That'll bring up Joe Adell. Nice debut for him in a Cleveland uniform. 2 for 4, double, a single, a run scored. Senga steps off. The right fielder, Benz, was running into place. Somebody finally hollered to Senga, hey, don't pitch. He's not even close to right field. Not sure what was going on there, but very exciting moment. Here's the pitch, and it's down low, ball 1. Not many times the Mets have been able to shake hands this year coming in tonight. 47-66, but they're 2 outs away from a win. That pitch down and in, 2-0. Now the next offering. Way outside, 3-0. Senga, one of the reasons he's not starting anymore, 32 walks in 45 innings. Goodness. Now the 3-0. Bullseye, 3-1. The right-hander's ready. Here it comes. Down low, he walked him. I tell you what, if you're a manager like Andy Green is, and you bring a guy in the 9th inning with a 4-run lead and he walks a batter, Andy Green probably is going, I need to get back to the front office. This is why managers don't sleep.
Well, again, he's trying to find someone to close games as of today because it changed.
Here's Chase DeLauder. Takes, it's in there, a strike. DeLauder has a single and 3 walks tonight. One out, one on. Cleveland down 4. The pitch, and he sends a drive into deep left. On the run is Ewing. Reaches up on a dead sprint. Makes the catch on the track. Braces up against the wall. Fires it back in. Deep drive the other way off the bat of DeLauder. Nice play by Ewing. I'll tell you what, those 2 corner guys, Ewing and Benj, I know it's the first time we're seeing them. They're impressive. All right, last hope for Cleveland. Nathaniel Lowe, little looping liner, his first time up in his Cleveland debut. 2 down, runner at first, 6-2. Cleveland trailing. Lowe taking, it's in there, a strike. Nathaniel Lowe batted .265 with the Reds, a dozen homers, 37 RBIs. The pitch. Adele takes off, not being held. Pitch inside. He'll go to second on indifference. So a runner in scoring position. Cleveland's had a runner on base in every inning. They are 2 for 12 batting with men in scoring position. The 1-1 delivery from Senga. Down and in, 2-1. Outfield playing low the other way toward left. A little light breeze is picked up again, blowing in. Low open stance, deep in the box. The 2-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, tried to hold up. Oh, he did. Wow. Cleveland may have caught a break there in the appeal at third. So that makes the count 3-1. Senga's thrown 15 pitches, only 7 strikes. The 3-1 delivery. And Lowe takes a strike, painted the outside corner. So the string is out. Runner at second, 2 down, 9th inning. Cleveland on the short end, 6-2. $24,636. Tonight's paid attendance. Senga's ready. Here it comes. And it's rifled foul off the netting. Third base side. I tell you, on a ball like that, when you see it smoked and it goes off the netting, just so thankful Major League Baseball extended that netting and raised it. Again, the payoff. And it's hit high in the air to left, but not deep. Ewing is under it, and the Mets win game 1, 6-2.
.23-year-old flamethrower Chase Burns, the second overall pick in 2024.
The pitch blew by you. Strike 3 right over the outside corner, 2 down.
That might be the first time we've seen triple digits from Chase Burns today. Ran that one up there at 100. That's a good time to reach back for a little extra right there to put a guy away. Burns brings it. Swing and a miss. There it was. 99 right on by him. Triolo down on strikes. And the inning comes